The Gaither Vocal Band is an American Southern gospel vocal group, named after its founder and leader Bill Gaither. As of February 2014, it consists of David Phelps, Wes Hampton, Adam Crabb, Todd Suttles, and Bill Gaither. Although the group started out recording contemporary Christian music in the 1980s, it became known for Southern gospel after the popularity of the Gaither Homecoming videos. The lineup of the band changes often, with artists leaving to work on solo careers, and new ones coming to replace them. Besides Bill Gaither, singers with the longest tenure in the band include Guy Penrod, Mark Lowry, Michael English, David Phelps and Wes Hampton. The band has released 29 albums, at least 19 of which have charted. The band has also released 10 DVDs, which feature many other Christian artists as well. The Gaither Vocal Band has been honored with 2 Grammys, and 17 Dove Awards. History. Beginnings. The Gaither Vocal Band is named after gospel legend and leader, Bill Gaither. It was the successor group of the Bill Gaither Trio. By the 1980s, Bill Gaither, along with wife Gloria Gaither, were both very successful songwriters. For example, their song, He Touched Me was covered by Elvis Presley, after which he even named his album He Touched Me. Presley won a Grammy for the album. Bill Gaither felt that his trio had reached its peak in the mid-1980s, but his desire to make another gospel hit kept the trio going. The original vocal band was formed spontaneously, backstage of a Gaither Trio concert. It consisted of Bill Gaither and Gary McSpadden of the trio, along with 2 of the trio's backup singers, Steve Green and Lee Young. The quartet sang Your First Day in Heaven on stage that night. Their debut album, the self-titled The New Gaither Vocal Band, debuted in 1981. According to the liner notes of the CD compilation, The Best of the GVB, the term vocal band was used instead of quartet, because it did not limit Gaither in terms of sound or number of group members. According to Steve Green on the Gaither Vocal Band reunion video, he came up with the name and convinced Gaither to use it because he, at the time, did not want to be associated with quartet music. The name did indeed allow for a wide variation in sound, ranging from contemporary, adult contemporary, inspirational, classic and Southern gospel. However, in terms of group members, the number was limited to 4 up until 2009. Lee Young left the group in 1982, and John Moo was hired as the new bass singer. They then recorded the album, Passing the Faith Along. Later, tenor Steve Green left and Lionel Harris was hired. This group cut the New Point of View album before Moo left. Widespread popularity. Michael English was hired as the new lead singer, so McSpadden was moved down to baritone, and Gaither dropped to the lowest part. At this point the group dropped the new part of their name. Although the previous album had been more contemporary than its predecessors, the album with this version of the group took it even further. After this album, Lionel left and was replaced by Lemuel Miller. The group did not record an album with Lemuel before he too left. He was replaced by Imperial's alumnus, Jim Murray. This lineup cut 1 album before Gary McSpadden left to start his solo career. Mark Lowry was convinced to replace him. Along with a great voice, Lowry added comedy to the mix. Their Gospel Roots project Homecoming in 1991, caused most Southern gospel fans to welcome the vocal band with open arms. Jim Murray left and was replaced by Terry Franklin. The album Southern Classics was released in 1993 with the hit I Bowed on My Knees. Later Michael English left. He was replaced by Buddy Mullins. Mullins was only a temporary fill-in, but he was included on the album Testify. Terry Franklin soon left and was replaced by yet another Imperials alumnus, Jonathan Pierce. Strengthened by the popularity of the Homecoming video series, the vocal band added Guy Penrod at lead. After Pierce's departure, Gaither hired David Phelps at tenor. After Lowry's departure, Imperials alumnus Russ Taff sang baritone for a couple of years. Marshall Hall was his replacement. Wes Hampton succeeded Phelps in 2005. The group has had 2 number 1 songs on the Singing News chart. Yes, I Know held the top position from July to October 1997, as did I Will Go On in November 2006. The group has routinely performs classic Southern gospel songs including many written by Bill and Gloria Gaither like He Touched Me, I Believe in a Hill Called Mount Calvary, and Sinner Saved by Grace. Reunion In July 2008, the vocal band recorded a reunion DVD at the Gaither Studios The Gaither Vocal Band Reunion, Volumes 1 and 2. Except for Jonathan Pierce, Terry Franklin, and Lee Miller, the rest of the former and present members appear and perform. The two CDs debuted in the top 2 positions on Billboard Unregistered Trademark's Contemporary Christian Album Chart, marking not only the Gaither Vocal Band's first #1 on the Christian Album Chart, but also their first #1 debut on that chart as well. The DVDs of the same title debuted in the #1 and #2 positions on the music video charts as well. The Quintet In January 2009, Marshall Hall and Guy Penrod left. Gaither brought back some former members, Michael English as lead vocal, Mark Lowry as baritone and David Phelps as first tenor. The first album by this 5-member version was Reunited, released in September 2009. It was also the first album of the vocal band ever to feature only songs written by Bill and Gloria Gaither. A live album called Better Day was released in January 2010. In August 2010, they released the long-awaited album called Greatly Blessed, followed by I Am a Promise, a children's album, released in August 2011. Their most recent album is Pure and Simple, released in September 2012. In October 2013, it was announced that Mark Lowry and Michael English would be leaving the group to devote more time to their solo careers. English's departure was immediate whereas Lowry stayed on through the end of 2013. Their last album as members, Hymns, was released in March 2014 and was nominated for a Grammy Award the following December. After their departure, several guests filled in until 2 new members could be found. In January 2014, it was announced that Adam Crabb would join the group as the 4th member and lead singer. Todd Suttles joined the group as the baritone singer 1 month later. Following their formation, the new quintet would go on to release a limited edition album, The New Edition, which could only be purchased at concert performances. In October 2014, the group released their first album together entitled Sometimes It Takes a Mountain. 5 months later, that album was followed by a 2-DVD live performance release and the release of their second album Happy Rhythm. Upon release, the DVDs debuted on top of Billboard's music video chart. Members. Discography. Awards and nominations. Grammy Awards GMA Dove Awards References. External links, Gaither Vocal Band on Gaither Music site.